As promised, episode 2 of Coming in Clutch Friday is gonna be a well fuck. Hold on. As promised, episode 2 of the College Farewell Tour is also going to count as an episode of Coming in Clutch Friday, but in a way you didn't expect. This will be a channel block or some sort. So that reminds me, let's go write down the title and then we'll think of a title and write it down in our notes so we could, like spill it here in the video. Hold on a second. We decided to keep it short and simple today. Coming in Clutch Friday, college farewell special for McKenna Satterley. So I do not need to do mix the usual title together with a Coming in Clutch, related video title. So this will mainly count as an episode of Coming in Clutch Friday and episode 2 of the 2025 College Farewell Tour as the Jarrett's longtime babysitter since 2022, the first normal year since 2019, aka the first post-COVID year. The babysitter since then will be going their senior year of, I think it's her senior year at Gannon University. So it is her senior year, I shit you not, even though I thought her Instagram bio said 2027, but hey, what do I know with my shitty ass math? But yeah, so McKenna will be going to her senior year again in university, but that's not the only reason why we're doing this, or the only topic of the matter of the video. This will indeed be her last summer, wrap up her final summer working for the Jarretts as their regular babysitter during the summer months. I mean, technically she's still going to see them, but not as frequently, but they're going to see her a little more frequently than I am. I'm barely going to get to see her, but unfortunately it will not be in the form of, babysitting full time. I mean, every now and then she'll come back to babysit, but it won't be on a full-time basis. It'll mostly be part-time, mainly when, there's no one else available, unless if they really, really need her, if no one else is available, or if they, long story short, she won't be babysitting for them again unless she has to. If Carrie and Brett actually call her down, like, hey, we need you to come back for this, one time. Like, occasionally she'll come back to babysit, but it won't be on a full-time regular basis. So therefore, that's why we're saying this episode of a College Farewell Tour for the McKenna Satterley bit is extra special. Right now, they're not there. They probably went on some adventure for their last hurrah together. Her, Hattie, Hudson, and May. So when she comes back, we're going to wait a long time. And then the first domino to fall, Brad comes back. We will go over there, because usually Brad gets home before Carrie, and then then we'll spend some time off camera with her, or doing whatever. I don't know what the fuck we're gonna do once the first Jarrett parent gets home. Then what we're going to do, wait for Carrie to get home, do a little farewell interview, a possible 50-50 chance over TikTok, but with or without the TikTok, we will hopefully get her on social media again. That way she can stay in touch with us and see what we're up to, like after she stops coming to work for the Jarretts on a consistent basis, and then come inside, end the video, take a shower like Terry Labonte, put her pajamas on, probably eat something, maybe a light snack or a heavy dinner. We'll probably eat a light snack. And then we'll probably have a heavy dinner after the truck race is done, but either before or after we record our race review, depending on how I feel by that time of night. And then we're going to chillax the rest of the night, get our YouTube fix on, go to bed at a reasonable time. It doesn't have to be too early, but it can't be too late either. So that way we're not sleeping most of the day, and as in into the closer to the Chevrolet Monte Carlo 400 at Richmond tomorrow, so we can watch the whole thing from start to finish. So we're about to have a good weekend ahead of us. Sunday, I gotta check the schedule for Sunday, but I will address what we're gonna do Sunday and later in the video. But right now, let's get everything ready and we'll be on our way. All right, out and about in Sandy Ridge to officially kickstart episode 2 of the 2025 College Farewell Tour in the happiest place in Northeast Ohio. So right now, okay, first of all, this is where the anticlimactic episode happened last night. But right now, there's nobody at the Jarretts right now. Not just McKenna, obviously not just Brad and Carrie are still working, but yeah, like I said, McKenna and the 3 kids, Hattie, OCD kicking in, Hattie, Hudson, and May are probably giving themselves one last hoorah with each other before she's not only done for the summer working for them, but also done working with them on a full-time basis. But don't get too sad. I mean, it's a little sad, but she'll still be around, seeing the Jarretts. just not full time or babysitting them on a regular basis during the summer months. I mean, if anything, they'll probably see them a little more frequently than I will. I'll barely get to see her after today, and we had this is why including her in the college farewell tour is why we prepared for this day. Like, I knew this day would eventually come, but in a different way. Like, when she was done with college, next season. Wait, no, it's her senior year. Okay, I thought what am I trying to say now? I don't even know what I'm saying no more, but she was not going to be babysitting the Jarretts no more either way. But I thought this was, I mean, I knew this day would eventually come where McKenna wouldn't be babysitting the Jarretts no more, but I didn't expect it to be this way, where, she's going to college, and then once she goes off to college, she'd be no longer here on a consistent basis. And when Carrie said, right before summer began, when it was almost time for her to come back this summer, that when she said it was going to be McKenna's last summer with them, I thought she meant that after this summer, we wouldn't see her ever again. But luckily, that's not the case. I mean, they'll still see her frequently. I'll rarely get to see her any time at all. But this is a good way to give her our best, farewell and a proper last hurrah that she deserves, not only with the Jarrett family, but also us. So she should feel honored that even though she's not a regular Sandy Ridge resident, she's kind of played a really big deal. She's been a really big deal to the Jarretts, and kind of a really big deal to Sandy Ridge as a whole. I mean, she's been one of the biggest summer staples here since 2022. So I figured, let's include her in the college farewell tour. I don't know what year we first started including her. Actually, no, 2021 we didn't, because chronologically speaking, when the first college farewell tour happened, we didn't know her yet. But 2022, when we first met her, that's when we started including her for the first time. So this will also be her last one. So, trying to think, this is going to be McKenna's last one. Last night was Dalen's last one. So the first two recipients of 2025 already it's their last one. The one already completed theirs yesterday. Starting next year, they don't have to do this no more. And then after today, McKenna doesn't have to do it no more, because she won't be coming back to Sandy Ridge as much as do the Jarretts. I mean, whether it's here in Sandy Ridge or outside of Sandy Ridge, she'll still see them and they'll still see her. But we'll rarely get to see her, like I mentioned. So I'm glad we got to do it. I already got a TikTok ready. I'm trying to practice the conversation of what I'm gonna say in the interview in my head. I'm already practicing what questions I might ask to see where she's gonna go from the future. If she'll still see, how will she still get to see the Jarretts, whether it be here in Sandy Ridge, outside of Sandy Ridge, and will I still get to see her, even if it's on a rare basis. Only time will tell. You just never know what's going to happen next. But we're all going to find out together as a family today in the happiest place in Northeast Ohio for this coming in clutch Friday, channel block. All right, this is where we need to go when eventually McKenna and the kids, as well as Carrie and Brad, get back. And just be warned, what button, besides the fact that we're saying goodbye to our recipients, which today it takes place right there. We will be making plans off camera on some of these episodes with future recipients in the series. Then the series, just, setting up a time where we want to meet up and, say our goodbyes and our farewells, and give each other, figure out when we want to give each other our proper send-offs that, we both deserve. Me as their social friendly neighbor, and them as, a college student. So therefore, it's a tradition, just, that we started in 2021 during the vaccine year, has basically made all these college recipients in Sandy Ridge that were once middle school. Some of them, a lot of them, what I mean by a lot of them, some of them, and I mean a lot of them, not all of them, but a good chunk of them at one point were going through middle school and high school, and we're coming home on the bus every day, coming and going on the bus every day, in middle school at least, because unfortunately the Ridgeville High School never uses buses for transportation, and I don't know why. What kind of school, high school, doesn't have buses for transport, doesn't use buses to transport the high schoolers home? It's like, there's something about Ridgeville I've never understood. So like all the high schoolers, even the seniors that are like all grown up and know how to take care of themselves, they have to drive themselves back. But if there's like a underage, freshman, sophomore, even junior that doesn't either know how to drive yet or doesn't know how to take care of themselves yet, either or all of the above, then they have to rely on their parent or family member to come get them. Sometimes that could be a little complicated depending on the person or people or their situation or what their plans on or the schedule look like. So I know that can be hard, but every school system, every school district, and every state and every city is different. It doesn't all operate the same. Otherwise, there would be no variety, and it would get boring as hell if every school, and in every state and city did exactly the same damn thing. So that's why it's always good to be different, because it makes you unique in your own way. So we did make plans with Mr. Get Your Ass Out of My Chair son, because I'm trying to be careful with how I do these college farewell tour episodes. So I am not combining two people in the same episode at all this season, not even just once, because combining two or more people, like anything that counts as more than one person in these episodes, is just a real pain in the ass. It's a little bit too much work, if you ask me. I want to do one person at a time per episode, so it makes it easier, and no matter how long recording it takes, you just get it done at the snap of a finger. If you do like 2 or 3 people in one episode, it's going to take way longer than it needs to be compared to doing one person. That's why I plan accordingly, and if my handwriting sucks ass at times, the times where I could be writing this down with writing utensils, then the notes on my phone is the place to go, where people can actually read it and will understand it better compared to if I hand wrote it on paper with a pencil or a pen, or if I typed on the computer, prints it out, even though I haven't printed anything in years. So therefore, that's why I use my phone notes on my phone. That way I don't have to bitch about my shitty handwriting, and other people don't have to be bitch about it either. Later. Okay, I know I haven't been on camera that much, but there's one college farewell tour episode that will not be happening this year. There's that, Natalie, that one has been scrapped. And let me explain why. Because I was looking forward to doing our pig game this year. So for next year, for season 6 of Fun in the Sun, for the 2026 college farewell tour, we're gonna have to try it again then. We will have a whole last year to think about it. So yes, I was kind of close with them when they're moving her into college for her sophomore year, where they originally said the 24th, which is next Sunday, Lorain County Fair, but they're moving her in during the Pepsi 400 at Daytona next Saturday. So we would have been able to squeeze her in on a day that wasn't already taken next week, but unfortunately she works all Monday through Friday next week, and you would think, okay, if she gets home at a reasonable time, we could barely squeeze it in, even if it's just a basic, what we did with Abby 2 years ago in her house while the whole front of the house was a mess because of all the shit she was packing. But nope, here's why. Because every night she's working next week, Monday through Friday, it's going to be at 10 o'clock in the goddamn evening / night. So, wait, okay, Marianne, I love that woman. She's another mother figure to me, because how much she adores me. Even though she has a husband and I have a girlfriend, so I'm pretty sure Emily would understand that it's like a mother-son bond we have, and that when she kisses me on the cheek like she just did, that she knows it's like I like that mother-son. But anyway, I don't even remember what the hell I was saying. Okay, now I remember. So we could have been flexible to squeeze Natalie in the college farewell tour. But if she was coming home from work anytime Monday through Friday next week at a reasonable time, but 10 o'clock I'm already in the house by then. So therefore, She will not be part of it this year, so she's been scrapped, and it makes me, oh shit.
Yes.
Oh, look at that. She's there, but Carrie and Brad aren't home yet, so we have to wait. It does make me sad because she's just as important to me as Abby is. Considering when Abby's not around for me to hang out with, I run to her, like Natalie. So, unfortunately, you know, things happen that are out of our control. It does make me sad, but sometimes we can't control it, and we have to like alter our plans, like whenever things don't go our way. Mason! Well, he'll be next on this Sunday. He'll be next after the Chevrolet Monte Carlo 400. So get ready. So the finale of this year's installment will not be Natalie's. So whoever's the closest one to what Natalie's date would have been will be the finale. So we have to like change it around a little bit. So, all right, McKenna's there. So we will see you on a little bit. The next scene you'll see is when we finally wrap up the video and say goodbye to the Jared's babysitters. So please stand by. Your mics are hot.
Eventually.
All right, Carrie got home first. Okay, good. I'm kind of glad that was the case because I feel a lot safer with her than break the gun in half. So time to say goodbye to the babysitter.
The dream ended and reality set in.
This college farewell tour is for 2025 is off to an anticlimactic start. This is the second day in a row we've had to do this. So apparently she can't stay for like a real farewell. So this will have to do for the second year in a row for her. And this will be the last one. But hey, at least we get to have more time to rest before the truck race tonight. The Kroger 200 at the Richmond International Raceway. La reina de la noche. La diosa de voodoo. Okay, anyway, my dearest McKenna. So, you've been the Jared's babysitter since I was Ricky Rudd, 28 years old. So, therefore, I thank you for, like, you know, being a G to this family that has been in my life since the Live and La Vida Lab Rats days in 2016 when I was Woodbutton, 22 years old. It's a shame that, you know, Maeve could not be here because of all the stuff she's doing, but you know, sometimes you live and you learn. You live by the sword, you die by the sword. Can't always get what you want. That's Mr. Get Your Ass Out of My Chair. And you can't always get what you want. Really, Mr. Get Your Ass Out of My Chair? You scared the shit out of me. Anyway, you win some, you lose some. You live by the sword, you die by the sword. Can't always get what you want. And, Jesus Christ, he made me forget. Hold on. All right. You live and you learn. You win some, you lose some. You live by the sword, you die by the sword. Can't always get what you want. Okay. I said it in like 2 or 3 different fucking orders because of that major distraction. But thank you all for... No, my brain is going 60 miles a goddamn hour. Thank you, McKenna, for an incredible 3 years in Sandy Ridge. I know you'll still see the Jareds more than I will, considering even though you won't be working for them full time in the summertime anymore in terms of babysitting. But even then, because of that, I'm rarely going to see you because they're going to see you more than I am. So I wish you nothing but the best in your future endeavors, whether it be both your senior year at Gannon University this coming school year and whatever you decide to do once you graduate. So safe travels, and it's not goodbye. It's till we meet again. God bless you, McKenna, and of course, your little cousin Maeve, and happy belated Michael Waltrip 15th birthday to her. Man, this college farewell tour so far has been very anticlimactic. It's been off to an anticlimactic start. But hey, we have plenty of time to turn this around with, you know, real in-person farewells. I even had a Ricky Martin TikTok ready to go and everything. I was going to make it easier on her with Cup of Life, but hey, I know it's sad, it's tough, but sometimes it just isn't meant to be. So that'll do it for what was also an anticlimactic episode 2 of the 2025 College Farewell Tour. Hopefully on Sunday, when we do the sign of the guy who fucking distracted us, Mr. Get Your Ass Out of My Chair, we can... we can get like a proper episode in. And, you know, and even if we do, to make it, the only way it's going to make a proper episode with him even better than the one last year, or better than the first 2 episodes of this year, any episode, well, you get the message, is if his wife, Grace Ruddy, tags along. So I got to get back in the house as fast as possible, so I got to rush this outro. So have a good night tonight and a better day tomorrow. Take care, everyone. Good night. Well, even though technically I will be seeing you guys later on tonight, if not going into tomorrow morning for the Craftsman Truck Series race review for the Kroger 200. So I will see you all for the next 3 videos, which will be later on tonight for the Kroger 200, going into early tomorrow. The Chevrolet Monte Carlo 400 race review tomorrow night, going into early Sunday. And Mason Halliburton's College Farewell Tour episode for the 3rd episode of the College Farewell Tour on Sunday. So, and best of all, this anticlimactic showing made me forget that this was a channel block. So it was basically a College Farewell special of coming in Clutch Friday. So another channel block in the books, but that'll be the last one for now, because the other one that was supposed to happen next Saturday, like I said, ain't happening now, so it's gonna have to wait a while. So time to park the bus in the trailer, get a shower, a shave, a snack, and maybe an ice cold Coke, and get ready for the Kroger 200 at Richmond International Raceway and the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. Safe travels, McKenna. Good luck, and best wishes, and God bless. Best wishes to her little cousin, Maeve Walsh. God bless you too, and happy belated Michael Waltrip 15th birthday. See you later, everyone.
Hey, Nikki, it's Grammy. Just called to say hi and to let you know I love you. I wanted to make sure you knew there's a moon landing in about 10 minutes. The first in 50 years by the United States. I thought it would interest you. Anyways, honey, if you can, hope you get to see it. Love you lots.